My name is Jason Prendergast. I'm honored to be here today, to be here surrounded by family, surrounded by friends, and an opportunity to honor someone that meant so much to me and made a difference in my life, and that is Marilee. Where did it all go? This life that just seems to run us over. When we're young, we hear, if I knew then what I know now, everything would be better. I'd know what to do, I'd know the answers. And the older we get, the more we say it, and now I'm saying it, and trying to offer those words of wisdom and courage to those in my life. So, where to start? There's so much to tell. I don't know how you do it in 15 minutes. It's impossible. But I'm going to do the best I can for you. Ma, Marilee, Mom, a daughter, Marilee the friend, Marilee the mentor, the Grammy, the husband, and companion. Wow, that's a lot of responsibility. In 1986, I was lost. My family dynamics were to say, not the Waltons for sure, and yet my house was filled with love. But life gets in the way, runs us over a few times, and I was searching for myself. And the Nichols family came into my life. When I was with Ma, and she would introduce me to somebody, most of the time she would say, "This is Jason, he's my son." And then she'd lean over and whisper to me, "It's so confusing, isn't it?" It's just easier that way. No one's going to understand and they don't want to hear why, so it's just a lot easier to say, "He's my son." I was asked a question this week, and that question came from someone very dear to me. And the question went something like this: who would you have become if the Nichols were not in your life? Wow. That's a tough one. I have no idea. This family has been instrumental in who I am today and in my growth, the person I've become, the person I've yet to realize. Ma and George and Kathleen and Brian changed my life. They took what my family started for 14 or 15 years. They pulled me underneath their wing and they provided me a home. Marilee provided me love. She filled the role of a mother that I was needing so much. I've learned a lot of lessons this week, and one lesson that I have learned is that words lots of times are just that. They're just words, and they're filler, and they don't mean a darn thing. However, there is one word that means so much, and that word is mom. It's got to be hard enough to raise your own children and do a good job and make them proud that they can call you mom. But to raise somebody else's kids, to take them in to their heart, to open their doors. And Ma did this for so many people. These people here know how many, and I wish that these up in the back knew as well. Every time one of these young people said, "Mom," it had meaning. How did she make room in her heart? I have no idea. She had the biggest heart of anyone I know. Ma used to love to travel, as we've heard today. And when I would call her, the first question I would always say is, "Hey, Ma, how was your trip?" Because she was always moving. And she would say, "Hey, Jay, it was awesome. We had a great time." And she would fill me in on all the details. But more importantly than that, I heard joy in her voice. Every time I called her, when she answered the phone, it was as if she stopped doing whatever she did, sat down, and listened to you and talked to you. It was as if you were there beside her. Regardless of the distance between the two phones, you were the focal point of her life at that particular moment. The most important thing that existed for her was you at that time. Okay, now I gotta light it up a little bit. I'm going to share a story with you. There were so many. I took notes and notes and notes and notes and figured I knew how to do all this, and I had no idea which story to tell. So I kind of said, "Ma, I need some guidance on this." And here's a story. She used to love exchange student programs. She mentored a lot of kids from around the world, not just the lost little boy in hometown. And Christina, sitting here today with us, traveled in from the Canary Islands last night. 33 hours she spent, lost luggage, missed flights, and somehow Mom made it okay and figured out a way to get her here. And if she hadn't have been late, I wouldn't have had this written as I said this, and I wrote this last night sitting in the airport in my car. Christina, welcome home.
Yes.
Somewhere around 1990, Marilee took 20 exchange students from around the world to show them this wonderful place, the United States. And there were somewhere in the neighborhood of 15 to 20 kids, all high school students, and me. I'm 19 years old, international waters, drinking age is 18. This has got disaster written all over it. And she said, "Would you like to go?" And I said, "Yeah, I'd love to go." She says, "Good, we need a chaperone." And I said, "Well, that's creative, Mom. We're going to make that work." And she said, "Oh, yeah, we're going to make that work." So we're on the boat. And I'll never forget this to the day I die. And Kathleen, if you can ever find this picture, I would love to have it, okay? We're on the boat. There's 500 people. And if any of you have ever been on a cruise, you can relate to what I'm saying. We're on the top deck. It's at night. 500 people. There's a party going on. And they need 5 volunteers to get in front of everybody and perform a lip sync contest to a 60s song. 3 people jump up and run up front, so now they're down to 2. Ma looks over at me, and we were sitting all the way in the back because she wasn't one to sit up front. And she leans over and says, "Jason." Well, she said Jason, and probably Jason. She says, "Jay, you need to go do that." I said, "Are you kidding me? I don't know a 60s song." She says, "No, you'll be fine." I said, "Seriously, you've been drinking way too much." But somehow, I don't know if she was encouraging me, if she was challenging me, or what it was, but she had confidence and faith in me that I could go up there and do this. So I said, all right, I'll go do it. So up I go, 19 years old. Actually, I had white pants on. And I don't remember what color shirt, but I had white pants on. That I do recall because that was hot back then. So up on the thing I go, walking through all these people, 500 people. Someone else follows me up. We get up to the line, and the music starts. I'm number 4. It's Elvis Presley. I went, oh no. So I watched these old people that were somewhere in around 35 years old. And I'm looking at them and I'm watching them perform, and this place erupts. There's 500 people. The first guy goes, the second guy goes, the third guy goes. I went, oh damn, I'm up now. And so I walk up, and for whatever reason, I remember seeing one thing on Elvis, and he was standing with his back to the crowd. So I walked up, turned around, and I don't know if I was praying or hoping or what I was doing. The music started, my feet literally came alive, and I came alive on the boat that night. The funniest part of the story, okay, don't take offense, there's this little old lady in the back. And she's sitting beside Ma, and she leans over and says, I cannot believe you are letting your son do this. I can't believe he is moving his hips like that. What are you thinking? And I wasn't there, obviously, but Ma smiled. Ma was proud. Ma was proud of everything we did. It didn't matter what it was, whether we were deciding which school to go to, which dream to follow. When George passed in 1991, the family was at odds. We had a family business, Speedwell. Brian, the oldest son, did what every young man would do. He quit farming, and he went on to carry on his family's passion for their life. He became the operator of Speedwell. Shortly thereafter, he realized it wasn't his dream. It wasn't his mission. And when he talked with Ma to tell her that, which I was not there, but when he did, Ma said, it's okay. He said, Mom, I'm a farmer, and I'm proud to be a farmer. And Ma said, oh, it's okay. I'm proud of you too. So off he went back to his cows and the grass and maybe the Green Mountains a little bit. I didn't thought of that. And then it was Kathleen's turn to maybe carry on this great empire that they had built, and this vision that George and Marilee had that was so important. And soon she realized it wasn't her passion or dream either. Hers was in the classroom. Hers was in making a difference in young people's lives, kind of like her mom through a chalkboard. And when she shared with her that she was ready to return to the classroom full time, I assure you she was hoping for acceptance in that, and Ma was proud that she discovered her dream. George was proud in heaven that they both had the courage to dream and try to follow it. Okay, I wrote a letter last night in the car to Mom, and I'm not going to make much eye contact up here, as I'm sure I'm going to have a hard time with this. So I'm going to close with this letter. Ma, thank you so much. You have changed my life. You gave me hope. You gave me strength. You encouraged me to follow my dream. When I was lost, you kicked me back on track. When When I needed it, you, you called me into your office and shut the door. You were a mother figure to me, a friend, a mentor, a leader, a teacher, a provider. I am the man today, large in part due to you and George and Brian and Kathleen. I have had many people in my life, some that have passed on through, some that stayed a while, some that said, I am your friend. I haven't had many that stuck through with me through all the years without judgment. To pick me up off the floor when I needed it, this family has done just that. I will always be indebted to you. My heart will always be with you. My soul has you in it. And for this I am grateful. I once asked you, how am I ever going to repay you? She said, Jason, you don't owe me anything. I mean, are you kidding me? How is that possible? You taught me to give, Ma, and you taught me to give unselfishly, with no expectation of return. And this is a gift. If you give and you give it pure, you can change the lives of the people around you. I had a dream Saturday morning, and that dream, Ma was still in hospice and the family and friends were surrounding. They take such good care of her, and Ma's in hospice, and in front of her door there she stood. White shorts, a light blue t-shirt, holding a cup of coffee, and a smile like I have never seen before. She took a few steps, sat in the wheelchair, and I woke up. I mean, that's what you do when you leave a place like that. They wheel you out and they set you free. Ma, thank you for taking me in. I hope and pray that you are proud, as I know I am so proud of you. Thank you so much. I love you with all my heart. Tell George I said hi. I look forward to the day we meet again. And thank you for giving me the strength to stand up here today and share this with you. Thank you.